Well, folks, here we go again. I feel kind of annoyed at having to make yet another Paul's Ego video, since I'd much rather make videos about my writing than only a handful of people watch. But Paulville Chamberlain has opened his fat mouth and vomited his garbage takes all over YouTube once more, and some of the puke chunks have landed on me. Someone just can't get away with saying dumb shit like this. Before we go any further, however, let's talk about Johnny the Insatiable Butt Monkey, the saddest sidekick in human history. Have you noticed that he was completely incapable of addressing any of the points I made in my How Paul's Ego Became Brett Keane video, instead resorting to sniping at my view count and accusing me of sour grapes? Well, I did, and it was pretty hilarious. Hey Johnny, if I were ever to waste enough of my time watching Ideology to get banned from it, I'd be mad at myself more than you or Paul. But that's not why we're here. We're here because Paul's Ego is a tanky whose worldview rests on two core ideas: Vosh bad and America bad. Is America bad? Well, obviously. I don't think anyone who isn't a conservative needs that explained to them. But America being bad does not mean that the entire world revolves around America and everything it does. Paul seems to live in the moral oral universe, where America exists on its own continent and the rest of the world is defined solely by how it reacts to America. Which brings us to Ukraine. Paul is a fascist-appeasing, tanky scumfuck, and so is any leftist who does not stand with Ukraine. When it comes to the United States, this is very much an enemy of my enemy is my friend situation. America sucks, but the Russian Federation sucks much more. Why? Because the United States is not a fascist dictatorship, and the Russian Federation is. Here's a hypothetical. If China were to invade the United States and occupy the West Coast, would Paul begrudge me taking up arms to defend myself? Actually, Paul, don't answer that. You think Jimmy Dore knows what he's talking about, so you'd probably be okay with me being shot by invading Chinese soldiers, as long as it meant you didn't have to agree with Vosh. I'll close this video from the Deep Fat Fried subreddit that Paul hates so much. Paul has the most insane case of motivated reasoning I have ever seen. He loses a debate against Vosh, and then the next couple of months he's denying genocides. He's either dishonest or crazy. Well said. He's crazy, ladies and germs. Paul's Ego is a fucking tanky lunatic. Anyone who listens to him is wasting their time. Anybody who wastes their time moderating ideology needs to find a much better hobby.